going to be your tarot card reading based on your life path, your life purpose, your career, and your calling. Sometimes your career and your calling can actually be intertwined, right? Some of you find yourself to be called in that specific career that you're in. Depending on your skills, your trades, and everything that you stand in power with, most of you are finding yourselves in the wrong careers, and fortunate are those of you that do find themselves aligned with their calling in their career, right? So Sag, let us find out what messages can we give to you guys. What is happening with your career and calling? I'm going to start off with the monology, okay? So Sagittarius, welcome to my channel. By the way, my name is Dipuo. I'm trying to get these readings out so quick because my throat has cleared a bit. I'm struggling to speak because of my swollen tonsils. So this is actually the perfect opportunity for me to just put out the readings, okay? So Sagittarius, messages for Sagittarius regarding the career, the calling, life path, and purpose. Sag. I'm hearing it's not that much of a big deal. I got 2 cards, or is it 3? It's not that much of a big deal. So there's something that seems to be bothering you, but it's not really as much of a big deal as you make it out to be, Sagittarius. Okay, I think your perfectionist side is just, it's giving you some struggle. The cards that we have on the table are adjustments are required. Of course, this is why it's not that much of a big deal. You could have done something and you feel like it's irreversible, or you feel like it's not perfect as it is, right? It says that adjustments are required. I think some of you have been studying and you realize that some of the modules that you took on are not really necessary for your line of career. Some of you actually feel like you have studied for nothing, right? But adjustments can be made. It's not a matter of when you studied something, that is it, that's that, and you can't even add anything extra. So I feel like I'm dealing with someone who's trying to improve their academics and they feel like they've chosen the wrong career, wrong studies, or wrong modules, right? But this is something that can be adjusted, right? I feel like for some of you, there's models that have been outdated, right? Models that you feel are actually relevant for your specific qualification, or they are needed, or this could be a short course that you were supposed to take in line with your career, and maybe you feel like it's too late to take the course, or the course has been closed, but sooner than expected it's going to be reopened. Sooner than expected, that particular model that was outphased, it's about to be brought back again, and this time there'll be upgrades, the kind of upgrades that I see that once you do that specific course, it will actually help you within your career much better than the previous course, right? The second card says step out of your comfort zone with your north node. Your north node is where you are gravitating towards. Your north node is that one specific career, calling, life path, or purpose that you always find yourself gravitating towards, right? Ever since a young age, there's just something. For an example, we'll clarify with tarot though. For example, this could be that ever since you were a child, you were drawn to singing, right? All that you ever wanted to do was sing, right? Every time you saw someone singing on the TV, you just picked up a spoon or something and started singing with them. Maybe in your high school, you always loved arts and culture periods where you could express yourself. Maybe you're somebody that studied things like drama, you know, you started music, such things. This is the one thing that you'll realize, that ever since a young age, you've been gravitating towards that thing. That was just an example, right? And then the last card says, be bold and make the first move. Some of you, you want a promotion. Some of you, you feel like you need to be given more money than you're earning. And some of you actually have great ideas that may benefit the company that you work for or within your own business. But it's like you're afraid of, you know, putting your ideas forth. In a case where you're sharing a business where you're not the only one who owns the business, maybe this is why you're afraid of letting your partner know of the new ideas that you have. But if you don't be bold over here and make the first move, I don't think anything is going to move, anything is going to shake, right? Let's find out from the chakra cards. What can we tell Sag? Life path and purpose, career and calling. This stepping out of your comfort zone, I think you're about to do something that is not really in line with your career, but it may be in line with your calling, right? Because some of you, you're not in the right career, right? This is simply because maybe, you know, you chose a career based on money, you chose a job based on, you know, job availability, you know, such things, but this is not something that you're passionate about. So some of you are going to have to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, I know most people that work for the government, just get any regular job they can get so that they can get a living out of it. But most people are not happy where they're at, right? Okay, let's clarify. Step out of your comfort zone, Sagittarius. We got one card that flipped. It says bittersweet. Of course, it's a transition, it's a shift. You know, you're not going to be in your comfort zone, so it's going to be bittersweet. At the same time, it's going to feel sweet that you've actually started something new, something you never thought you were able to do or capable of. And you know, you're going to get the grip of it, you're going to start enjoying it. But at the same time, it will feel bitter at first when you have to transition from what you know to something very different. You could be someone that is transitioning from HR to, I don't know, technical stuff, you know, someone who was working with papers to now working with your hands and mechanics and whatnot. But something seems to be in line. It's something that you're passionate about, and this is why you'll know that your north node is actually working hand in hand with your south node, right? Some of the things within that new transition that you're going through are going to feel easy, they're going to feel familiar. That is because they were part of your south node. And some things that are part of your north node are not going to be that easy, but these are things that you have to grasp, you have to learn, you have to understand within this lifetime, right? I also feel like I see a lot of crying. Okay, we got completion. Of course, honeys, you have to let go. Some of you, you're about to complete something within a career, right? Some of you have reached your maximum, I could say, rank, position, promotion. Like where you are in the company now, you can't grow any further than that. And this is why you need to shift. This is why you need to move. But also with the completion card, some of you were actually brought on this earth to complete some of the missions, some of the talents, some of the skills and the spiritual gifts that your ancestors had. And it is up to you to complete these things. So I could say, for example, maybe you come from a family that were, you know, prophets, they were church goers and all of that, and they had always dreamed of starting their own church, but none of them could achieve it. And through you, they feel like this has to be achieved. And rest assured, Sagittarius, when you are working with a gift that was passed onto you, something that is in your bloodline, is in your lineage, I am sorry, but it's very unfortunate that it will really torment other parts of your life if you don't attend to it. So some of you actually have this life path and purpose that is something that was carried on from ancestor to ancestor, and there's something about them wanting to complete this mission, this gift, this purpose, but they couldn't. So some of you, you are actually your ancestors' wildest dreams, because you're the one that's about to complete this one thing that has been running in your family, this one gift, this one purpose that your family has been, you know, possessing, and they've been working with it. You come from a family of healers, you come from a family of speakers, motivational speakers, people that are always high vibrational, right? This is something that runs within your family. You guys are like very motivational people, and this is something that you need to now make I could say, like, you need to establish it, right? It shouldn't just be a thing that is known, that, oh, that family is actually quite good, they're very spiritual, they're this. You are the one that's going to actually put a stamp on it, make it official. This is why I say you are your ancestors' wildest dreams. You're about to complete something for them, right? And through you, a lot is going to change. I also feel like your family name, some of you are raising your family name. You could be starting a company and you want to use your family name for that. Jeez, you guys, this is beautiful, actually. Beautiful. Let's clarify. Be bold and make the first move. Let's find out. Yeah, some of you, it's like the reason why some of your ancestors couldn't establish whatever it is that they wanted to establish is because they were using old patterns, old ways of doing things. And you being you, Sagittarius, you're going to use the new age methods, right? And this is how you're going to achieve it. But you're going to have to be bold, because I think something that you must do will go against what most of your family members believe in. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just not something they're comfortable with. But once you be bold and you make that first move, you can actually help them achieve something that has been in the family for generations to generations, but nobody could really establish it into something official, right? And this only happens when you be bold and you make the first move. Suggestion, maybe come up with something that you know they may not be comfortable with, but you know it will definitely work in this lifetime. I believe in you, Sagittarius. I feel like you're feisty. I feel like you've always been outspoken. You've always just been a different person in your family. They've always known that you are not afraid of risks. You're not afraid of afraid of failing and trying again. So this is what makes you your ancestors' wildest dreams. They've been looking for somebody like you, somebody that doesn't give up. Because the truth is, sometimes messages that come from ancestors can be confusing. Sometimes we don't really understand what are they trying to tell us, right? And therefore, that would require somebody who doesn't give up easily. So you're one person that even if you don't really get much clarity, you fight. You fight to get that clarity. You don't just give up. So let's clarify. Be bold and make the first move, Sage. I got 3, 4. Oh, these are a lot. I'm not going to use all of them. I'll take the one on top. Well, the one on top says gossip. Okay, of course. If you are that one special, one unique person in your family, there will be gossip within the family, outside the family, family, friends, relatives, neighbors. There's people that are always going to have something to say about you, right? Because you're just unique. Let me see the cards underneath. There's gossip. There's complacency, of course. Of course. You know, as much as the living ancestors or the people that you grew up with, your family, right? The one that are alive on this 3D plane, they may have some complaints about you. They may gossip a few things about you. But this still remains. You're your ancestors' wildest dreams because you're different. You're unique. You don't give up, right? This is what makes it very important for you to just be bold at all times. Isolation, of course. Some of you may have found yourself isolated most of the time. You always want to spend time with yourself. You always want to meditate. And this is why the ancestors prefer you, because you're always in a meditative state. You're the one that they can actually tap into. There's no traffic going on in your head. There's no disturbance. Your emotions are always balanced, right? And as I say that, because I'm listening to bird sounds, I feel like you're somebody that also enjoys listening to bird sounds. Those bird sounds really keep you calm. And this is how you get to understand your ancestors. This is, you see, as the birds sing, as they chirp, they're actually singing a song. We just can't tell what they're singing. But each and every bird has its own song. And it is through that bird song that you can hear different messages from your ancestors. You're not going to literally hear the bird say something. But as you keep listening to the bird sounds, that is when you're going to just get channeled messages in your head, right? So isolation is quite important. You could have been the black sheep of the family. Maybe this is how they used to call you. There's also impartiality. Of course, this is what makes you unique. What I've just said now is that there's something about you using the old age methods and combining it with the new age methods, right? So something new needs to be added to this family business, family company, family gift, whatever this is. You need to be impartial, as in one foot needs to be in the olden days and the next foot, the other foot rather, needs to be in the new age. And this is who you are. This is what you bring to the table. Oh, Sage, this is beautiful. Mysticism, definitely. You are a very mystic person. You're somebody that spends most of their time concentrated on spirituality. I feel like some people may find you boring, right? You may actually be labeled as that boring one in the family. Maybe everyone is just vibey, they're like partying and all those things. Not that you don't, but you just prefer to spend most of your time doing spiritual things and less of your time doing the physical world things, right? So mysticism is definitely something that has been surrounding you ever since a young age. You've just been unique. Some people couldn't understand you. It's just who you are, Sage. It is just who you are. Okay, let's find out adjustments and requirements. I'm going to clarify that, then we go to tarot. Adjustments and adjustments are required. Let's clarify that. Oh, these two flew out so fast. We have guilt and we have vanity. Ooh, okay. It's going back to what I was saying about some of you. You actually feel like you've made a mistake. You feel like you shouldn't have done what you did and whatnot, right? Some of you feel guilty. You feel guilty for where you are right now. I don't know why. There could have been a friend, someone close to you, a colleague who wanted the position that was given to you, right? And so you feel guilty. You feel like you gained the spotlight that somebody else wanted and you feel a bit guilty about it. This shouldn't be the case, Sage. You worked hard to get where you are and you didn't even manipulate anybody to select you for the position, to select you for. I feel like some of you, the position you got, it actually makes you, how do I say it? Oh, you could be responsible for like communication, right? You could be responsible for relaying messages. You could be responsible for teaching or training staff members within the company. But there's something about you always stand in front of a few members within the business, within the company, within the workplace. You're somebody that is always addressing these people, right? And this is something that someone else wanted for themselves. So this is why you feel guilt, maybe. But you're so good at it. I feel like most of you are very good at what you do, right? If it's you holding a company meeting or whatnot, actually everybody concentrates. Nobody's on their phone a lot. Everybody wants to listen to what you say. It could be how you articulate yourself. So don't feel guilty about something that came your way because it is part of your calling and your career. Some of you may feel like you didn't work hard enough to get where you are, but the problem is you don't understand that this is within your south node, meaning in your previous lifetime, you've already worked hard enough for this thing. This is why it comes easy for you in this lifetime, right? So these adjustments, they mainly have to do also with you accepting. You shouldn't feel guilty for being chosen, for being favored. Don't feel guilty unless you know you've done something bad to get where you are. But if you didn't, there's no need for you to feel guilt. So the adjustments that are required here is you to adjust your emotions, adjust your confidence, and stop feeling guilty for achieving things that are meant to come your way. Okay, let's come to tarot. Let's find out messages for Sagittarius in their calling, career, life path, and purpose. Sagittarius. Let's find out. I started off with Sagittarius because I forgot to do your love reading last time I did the reading, so I'm starting off with you guys. We got the Queen of Cups and we got the Six of Wands. Ooh, you do really take the cup, right? Some of you could be like a social worker within the company. Some of you could be like a psychologist, but you seem to be somebody that everybody comes to express their concerns. Maybe you're the OHS officer, or this is something that you want to come into. You seem to be somebody that is meant to help people balance their emotions within the workplace. You seem to be somebody that guides people within their careers, right? You're somebody that actually a lot of people in the company, starting with the boss or whoever the head of the company or the workplace is, they seem to come to you for counseling. They come to you for psychoanalysis. You know, they come to you with their social problems. They come to you with their workplace problems. So you're somebody that is in a position, as I said, OHS officer, social worker, psychologist, counselor, but you've been employed to actually be like the moral support and the emotional support of the company, right? With this Six of Wands, I also feel like, here's the thing, Sagittarius, I'm going to be honest with you. There's people who don't like how you dress for work. You're good at your job. You're very good at your job. This, how you dress doesn't change how you are, right? But there's people who have a problem with how you dress for work. Or it's not even that you don't dress well or you don't have the dress code. It just so happens that, oh, you dress too sexy, you dress too fine, Sagittarius, right? So some people actually don't even, you know, understand what your job is because they never came to you with any problems. They just see you as this person that's always looking nice and looking fly for work. There's just something about you. You get a lot of compliments with your outfits to work almost every day. Oh, that's beautiful. Are you a fashionista? Are you a fashionista? Okay, so we got also with this Leo card. This is fifth house energy and Queen of Cups. So you could be someone that's actually using games, you know, teamwork, all those kind of things that help the team to build morale, right? You could be someone that actually helps the team to build some sort of a relationship, right? You come up with games, you come up with quizzes and all those kind of things. I feel like you're the one that's meant to bring the morale back into the workplace. You're the one that's meant to bring back the fun, the happiness, right? You could be the event organizer. You could be the one that's always responsible for making sure that, you know, you're... Yo, okay, the network almost cut us off. I think I must wrap this up quickly before. Okay, Sag, what else for Sagittarius? Career, calling. And there's those of you, there's an older female in your family, right? This could be someone alive or somebody that has passed on, but this person favors you a lot. They have chosen you for something, right? Matriarch, I'm hearing the matriarch. They chose you for something, a very important role within your family, no matter how young you are, right? No matter how young you are. With this Leo energy, you could be someone younger that has been given a position that is supposed to be taken by somebody older. But because age doesn't confirm how matured you are, age doesn't tell us how old your soul is, right? So you're an old soul. You may be young at heart, but you're an old soul, right? And this is what makes you the most favorable or the most perfect person for this job within your family, right? Could be, as I said, it could be the position of someone who's responsible for, you know, conducting spiritual ceremonies in the family. You could be someone that has been now held responsible for making sure that the family business is running smooth. Everybody reports to you. It's something about you getting a position that was expected to be taken by someone older, but it's been given to you. And there's a feminine in your family, as I said, alive or has passed on, but this person has chosen you. They favor you for that, right? matriarch. So we got the Ace of Pentacles and we got the Four of Wands. Some of you, definitely this is a family business, right? Some of you, this is definitely family business. With this Ace of Pentacles, this is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. So some of you, it could be that you're actually very good with the books, right? You could have been working in the family business ever since a very young age, right? So you understand the business or the businesses quite well. And this is why you're being given this position to run the business and train other family members onto this business, right? But there's something also about financial stability, which also then brings you spiritual stability. One thing for sure, one thing we must admit, leading a spiritual life nowadays can become very expensive, especially if you're somebody that wants to practice it, right? Leading it and practicing it are two different things. When you lead a spiritual life, you basically follow guidances, you follow advice, right? And when you practice it, you actually apply it into your daily life. You literally start to become your own guide, right? You start buying things like crystal rocks, right? You start buying things like, man, I don't know, whatever you guys need. You have to buy books. Some books need to be purchased and whatnot. So you've really noticed that leading a spiritual life and practicing it can become quite expensive. But I see that God is about to change that. For some of you, you want to start some sort of holistic you want to start a spiritual business. You could be trying to become a holistic healer or something like that. And you know, those products and the things that are required, they can be quite expensive. But I see that God is about to change that for you because you are invested in this, right? So some of you are actually thinking of quitting your job and going into holistic healing. Some of you are thinking about starting a holistic healing business, even if you're still in your job. God is saying these two are about to balance for you, okay? There's going to be a balance, a whole lot balance. The more you invest into your spirituality, the more it grows. Sag, I'm going to pull one or two last cards for you, then we're wrapping it up. So the careers that I see over here, some of you could be working in a home, right? You could be working in a home. You could be working in a daycare. Some of you could be wedding organizers, right? You could work at a courthouse, especially where people go and sign off to get married. You could also be a home cleaner, right? You're somebody that works with homes, interior designer and whatnot. With this Ace of Pentacles, accountant, you know, you could work at the bank, right? You work with money. Maybe you're a consultant, right? You're a loan advisor, or you could own a loan company, right? There's just something about you working in that regard. And then we got the Justice card over here. This is Libra energy. So some of you could be working for the Department of Justice. You work with law or whatever it is. And some of you don't really have to be in the law line, but you work for the law. Maybe you are a cleaner in a law firm. You get it? So I feel like, though, there's someone who needs to transition. Someone is going to be transitioning. With this Bittersweet, all the cards that came out here, you're going to transition, right? And this transition is not just going to assist or help you. It's also going to assist you and your ancestors. This is your ancestors' wildest dreams. And you've been brought here to come and achieve it. This is why the Justice card and the Home card, right? You're about to achieve it. You're about to make it official for them. This is beautiful. Really, I feel like you're bringing some changes that some people are not going to be happy with, but these changes are actually going to benefit everybody in the long run. And as long as you got your ancestors are backing you up on this, because they can see what's going to happen in the future. And this is why they're backing you up. They feel like you're doing the right thing. They can see where this is going. So never mind the complacency of those that are alive. Never mind their complacency, because they don't know what you're up to. One last card for Sag, and then we wrap it up. Sagittarius. One last card, please. One last card for Sag. Knight of Swords. Don't be apologetic. Do not let anybody disturb you when you speak. In fact, make sure that what you say is out loud and heard and under, if not understood. All right. I really feel like you're being given the power over here with this Knight of Swords, the power of communication, the power of having the last word, the last say, right? I feel like what you say will matter. What you say is actually what's going to happen, whether within your workplace, whether within your homestead, home family. Why do I say home family? Family home. It doesn't matter. Relatives, family. But I feel like you're somebody that's been given the last word. You could be the spiritualist in the family. You could be the one giving them spiritual guidance. And they really need to understand you. They need to hear you. And maybe, you know, at first, they were not really giving your opinions a chance. But it's come to a point where they realize that the ancestors have chosen you. They realize that you actually have very important things to say. So this is who you are, Sag. Unapologetically so. congratulations. Okay, whatever transition shift you're going through, it's going to be bittersweet, but at the end it's going to end up being sweet. And as I said, don't be guilty for being given positions or being given promotions that you feel like you didn't work hard for. That's because you've already worked hard for those things in your previous lifetime. So don't be surprised when they come easy for you in this lifetime. All right, Knight of Swords, you have the last word, man. That's all I'm going to say. You have the last word within your own life, within your own career, but also for you, nominated within your workplace and within your family home. Okay, Sage, I hope I gave you some guidance and clarity where I could, and I hope that it resonated. If it didn't,